Hello and good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Backseat Broadcasting. I'm your host, Eric Elkins. We're here with round 4 kicking off at Virginia International Raceway, doing the MX-5s as always on Sundays. This is our round 4 here. The guys are just wrapping up a little bit of practice. We see this is Craig Ream here out on the back straights. Very technical track here for week 4. Very excited about it. We had a little practice session earlier this week, and it provided some great racing for us. That is one of the trickiest corners right there. And picking how you, not only your braking point, but your different braking thresholds as you go up an uphill section and then crest over the hill. You got to sort of modulate your brake pedal there. I do appreciate y'all joining us here this evening. As always, hit that thumbs down, never subscribe, and hit the little bell an even number of times. Always hit that bell an even number of times. Every time you come. Every single time you come. On Wednesdays, Tuesdays this season, do not forget we're doing the GTEs, GT4s, which are always lots of fun. Mixed class racing here, and again on Thursday evening this week we are doing the GT1s, GT3s for some more mixed class racing. Let's get some track information going for you here. Oh, and as you might have noticed, look at these handsome men. Look at those pictures. I bet they're buff and muscular in real life. Oh, Jesus. Anyways, if you want to look buff and muscular, send me your pictures so we can get you up here as well with everybody else. I only have about 7 guys, and you'll see them through the race. Anyways, it is Gun Kim on pole position. Very quick last week. Just had a messy race. Not able to stay up there from the front row of the grid during this practice session. Very, very quick out there, and as you can see, the times are very close together as well. Let's do gap to leader there. That is the difference, gap to leader. So everybody is just packed in there. Around Oak Tree there, very important turn to get right because this back straight is just miles long. It's not actually, but it feels that way. And with the Miatas, the draft is so vital, as we've seen the last couple seasons. Oh, somebody's doing a little move to the inside there. It's Gun Kim we are looking at. Oh, that's not the way to go. I did that a few times in the practice session the other night. It's quite easy to do as you crest over that. You got to get your braking point spot on there. Unfortunately, I don't think that big, beautiful oak tree is there anymore. I think it got like hit by lightning or something like that. Which was no more. And lots of slippery grass as your runoff area, and then some sections, as Gunn just found a moment ago, it can lead you right into some barriers, but most of the time you're just going to lose time getting yourself back together. Turn 1 right here, another really tricky one to go through. You want to make it wide, but it's very easy. That is a pit straight there, so you can definitely lose a position by somebody lunging down to the inside. A double left-hander here. Kent keeps it in third, I believe it is. Third gear there. He's going to knock it down to second probably here. He gets a little bit too wide on the first turn. You want to keep it close to the left so you can get a good right-handing exit from that little chicane out onto this strange curving snake here. And that is it for our practice session. So we will take another look at that in a moment. Let's look at the race info, and it still has not updated as I tried to make it Imperial units, but I would say that is a pretty toasty track out there at 41 degrees Celsius. We do have a couple Canadian members. They're probably gawking at me right now. Anyways, we got 10 minutes qualifying right now, 40-minute race following that. No pit stops required on Sundays. Oh, looks like Russell into the grass of that high-speed section. That's the second set of S's there. All on an outlap, though. No harm, no foul. Juarez is back to join us. Great to have him back. Still finding his gears again. And we have over 30 racers on track, so it's great to have such a full grid at the moment, and a good, as you can see from the practice results, a good spread of times too. So should be some great racing here, especially with these long straights. Very difficult to keep everything under wraps as well. Looks like Paul Simmons Ochoa coming through turn 1. So Craig Green pretty handy in these MX-5s. He was second fastest in practice. We often see him on the front row of the grid in these little things. Here is Gunn. He had the setup for it. It's a good half a second on everybody else out there. And he is going to be the man to beat. 4 minutes down, qualifying. Nobody across the line as of yet, but a lot of guys wrapping up their first hot laps now. We're looking at Kim coming through the last couple sections here. Not a great sector there for him, but he's got a couple purples out there. Now he's starting to push. He's just got a set one. Adam Baltudis first across the line, and it's Jacob Hiller, and then Ryan Davis takes over, but Gunn shows them all how it's done. Easily into the 209s early. It's only a 10th off of his practice time. We got times coming in all over the board there. Craig Ream does get into second position there. Nicholas Love slots into third. Well done, Nicholas. Ryan Davies in fourth. Jacob Hiller currently in fifth. Michael Johnson in sixth. Charles Kowalski. Sorry, Charles, we're going to have to discuss about your name, but you are in eighth. Good job so far. Let's see, Juarez Pastore comes in 16th place and returns to the pit lane, as does Mark Bray in 20th and Austin Sierra in 22nd. Going to need to adjust their setup. Ken Kruger only good enough for a 2:13.1, which puts him in 17th place at the moment. Here comes Bjorn Benches around Oak Tree. A lot of guys returning to the pit lane. Perhaps getting out there and realizing that they had a full tank of fuel. I do that sometimes and have to come back, at least do one lap and come back in and take it off real fast and try to get back out there. But with about 3 minutes remaining, you will not be able to get 2 laps in there at the moment. Adam Baltudis bumps up to 6th place. Michael Johnson slots into 7th. Ryan Davies betters his time, but still stays in 4th position. Gun Kim goes even faster than he did in qualifying with a 2:09.257, which is the time to beat. Tyler Pierre Richards up to 6th place. Jason Meinhardt is in 24th there. Michael Johnson pushes himself up to 6th and takes it away from Tyler. Nicholas Love out there trying to get into the 209s. I don't think he's going to be able to get close to Craig Ream there, though. Andrew Dirks gets into the top 20 with the 2:12.086. Still waiting for a couple laps from Douglas Emery here. Oh, that is Chris Coffey and Chase as well. Troy Banks, one of our regulars here, coming around to complete a lap now. For some reason, it is only showing the top 19. Why did it do that? If I go back, Very strange. Troy comes across the line. It's not a clean lap for him. He just, he's having some trouble here. Looks like this is a new track for him. Pedro Llanos, sorry. Greg Ream returns to the pit lane. Tyler Pierre Richards back in 6th, getting himself onto the 3rd row, although it's going to be for the outside of turn 1. You kind of want to be in one of those odd numbers today to start out. And that is it for our qualifying session. We are out of time at the moment. Let's take a quick look at the qualifying grid. And we changed so many things this week, and it is not big enough for us to read. Surprise, surprise. How annoying. The override for that is not available at the moment, not letting me change it. So I'm going to read them off for you. That was Gun Kim and Greg Ream battling it out for that pole position spot. Behind them, row 2 is Nicholas Love, racked up next to Ryan Davies, followed by Jacob Hiller, and Tyler Pierre Richards gets that 6th position. Michael Johnson is going to start on the right in 7th, followed by Adam Baltudis. Joseph Mayer and Ross Massa Jr. Make out the top 10. Charles Kowalski, sorry, I'm just making up extra sounds because I'm having such a hard time. He's followed by Christopher Owens, Vincent Wood, Paul Simmons Ochoa, Bjorn Benches, Peter Monin, Richard Spindell, Edwin Martinez, Kent Kruger, Andrew Dirks rounds out the top 20. Terry Swan is followed by Douglas Doucette. Mason Smotherman is going to line up next to Stephen Liston. Juarez Pistori is going to line up next to John Meinhardt, followed by Bryce Carter, Mark Bray, Chase Gore, Doug Emery, Kenny Teal, Chris Coffey, Austin Sierra, Val Asensio, David Fendick. John Miller is in 36th position, followed by Dustin Burkhalter, David Fendick, and Pedro Castellanos, Jimmy Gullahar, and Eddie Lapise Jr. from the pits. And up top, it's looking like Nicholas Love. I'm a little confused as to what's happened to our pole sitters. Our whole front row seems to be missing at the moment. There's no Gun Kim, who looks to be in the pit lane. And we are racing out there, out with, or no, sorry, we are not racing yet. We are doing a full out lap out there. I thought we were just doing a half lap. But very strange that the front row is not here. Here's Craig Ream and Gun Kim here. We'll be starting from the pit lanes. So up through these S's here, Nicholas now has the weight of the entire pack on his first race here with us. But he is pretty speedy in that thing, so he should cope just fine. He's got 40 minutes of racing coming his way in just a moment. coming out of the this track has a lovely shape to it, and you can just see the tight turn here of Oak Tree on the map before we come down this long straight. It's really not the infield section, but it is just a nice long curvy technical section followed by this long straight. And Nicholas and Ryan here seemingly running the same paint, part of the same team there. I like it. Sorry, that's Jacob Hiller, I believe, in third place, racked up behind Nicholas. It is. Everybody picking up positions from the non-starters already. All eyes on Nicholas here as the pace car is in, and we are green flag racing out there. Coming down to turn one, the top three get a little bit of a gap on Michael Johnson there in fourth. Down into the first turn. Everybody seems to be keeping their hands pretty clean so far. It's very good to see. A little bit of banging doors up there. Nicholas stays in first. It looks like Ryan Davis has let Jacob Hiller by. It's the two Love cars leading, followed by Ryan Davis. Michael Johnson still in fourth. Tyler Pierre Richards finds himself in fifth place. So he's actually lost some positions because he started in sixth. But obviously the top two drivers didn't even grid, so that would have put him in fourth. Edwin Martinez there hot on the heels of Kent Kruger, just ahead of him. Juarez Pistori hunting down Andrew Dirks ahead through this twisty section. A little bit further back in 25th, here's Michael Bond as they come into a really great braking zone before heading down to Oak Tree. Your leader's already back onto the straights here. What a great shot that is. So vital to stay in the draft here and stay close. Edwin Martinez and Ken Kruger going door to door down the straights there. It looks like Edwin's got that one done, and Richard Swindell's also, Mason Smotherman also trying to get in there. Ken Kruger's having none of that and cuts back across the line. He says one is enough today. Action all over the pack. Michael Bond making up a ton of positions from the beginning of this race. Back up top, Nicholas holding on to a 0.4 second lead. Ryan Davis loses yet another position. Michael Johnson making up 4 so far, so that's 2 real positions, I suppose. Let's see, have our leaders made it on grid? They have. Gunn certainly currently running in 30th, so easy to say that he's lost 29. Craig is on track as well, fighting his way through. We all know how he likes to do those back to front challenges and just try to get as many spots as he can. Some Great racing though for the lead here. Michael Johnson pulling up behind this pack. Got to get a great exit, real tight into Oak Tree here. Try not to get too out of shape. And it's been nice and clean out there. Racing hasn't been too rough. No big accidents thus far. Hopefully we don't. Commentator's curse just ahead of Michael here. It's Jacob Hiller getting the run on Nicholas. Thinks better of it into this very, very tricky braking zone here. Almost gets it to the inside of that corner as Nicholas gets a little loose into the entry. Mason Smotherman still trying to get that position done. Edwin Martinez has moved up one position since last lap over Richard Swindells in the red and white. Please do excuse my timing tower as it needs to work through some things at the moment. Sometimes when there are cars starting from the pits, it thinks they're a lap down. It just sort of needs everybody to cross the line and figure it out. But out front, it is still Nicholas Love and Jacob Hiller. That is not Dustin Burkhalter out front. Why is doing that to us at the moment, or Douglas Emery. Now Ryan Davis is getting back into this fight. He's currently in 4th, not 6th. He decides to get out of it. Very respectful racing there from Ryan. Here's Craig getting to the inside of Chase Gurr ahead of him. And almost 3 wide into the braking zone there. Richard Swindells getting hassled by Mason, who does get that move over Kent now. Kent drops to 16th. Here's your top 4. Oh, coming, and that's what I was talking about. Somebody trying to squeak in to the inside. It's so tempting, especially as people might outbrake themselves and just take that corner a little bit too wide. His gun made up another 8 places since we last saw him. Oh, getting a little wide himself there into turn 1. Back up top, the lead for the race is really heating up. There's only less than 2 tenths. And it's less than a second between all 4 of them now. Coming down to Oak Tree for the 4th time. Oh, and everybody gets a little awkward through that one. We'll see how this plays out as everybody exits. Jacob trying to stay in that slipstream. They're just trying to shake and bake their way out of trouble here. Ryan Davies pulling out of that move again. Ooh, Mason just tapping the back of Richard Swindells. And it's so nice that nobody has completely lost it in this braking zone, because you just skip across the grass and just destroy anybody into the back. And there's Vincent Wood hunting down Mark Bray ahead of him. There's a nice little pack here going on. That's Douglas Doucette pressuring Kent Kruger on the outside, followed by Craig Ream, who's all the way up to 18th at the moment. Ryan Davies back to the pits. Kent's going to keep that one. Craig's going to hunt Douglas down on the inside, and he's probably going to, I don't know, Doug's going to throw it in there and keep with him. And then through another slower left here. But Craig able to keep the speed around the outside. Now they're falling off of Kent just slightly. Let's see what had happened to Ryan here. Oh, he just went off track and no, lost it. Decided to come back in. Back out onto the straights they come. Ooh, very sketchy racing there through the middle snake part of the track. Just got to get that section right. That's Craig Ream. Not staying in the slipstream for very long of Kent Kruger. He started from the pit lane. I don't exactly know where he did start, but trying to make his way back up the grid. We'll see. He's even further than Gunn is now, who must have had his own issue of sorts. Still in 18th position. That's Steven Liston ahead of him. Oh, look, Steven Liston's got a picture. I'm really worried that I set someone's picture wrong, like to the wrong person. So maybe that isn't even Steven Liston. I don't know. Who knows things? Oh, is that Joseph Mayer to the inside of Ross Massa Jr.? And, oh yeah, Ross is running the SpongeBob. My money's on Ross, as Adam Baltudis is not running the SpongeBob car, so he's going to find himself at least down in 11th at the moment. That's Mason. Oh, so he tries to come back on track, and there's a whole group of guys coming in, and that's Gun Kim, who is very speedy, coming on his inside. And that's going to be 16th place for him if he can hold that above Steven Liston, which he cannot. It'll be 17th for Adam. Back out front, these two are still moving. They've got 0.7 over Michael Johnson here. And they've got a whopping 9.3. That's what the draft can do over Joseph Mayer, who takes over from this little battle. Finds himself in 4th. Two just more interested in pushing each other down the track. Ooh, as Jacob almost loses it there. Jeez, I thought he was going to take out the both of them and just hand it to Michael. Thank God he didn't. Jacob getting a little shaken there. Needs to find the rhythm again. Michael just behind them. Ooh. Such a tricky corner to come down. Mason going door to door with Craig Ream now. Craig to the inside. Finds so much grip through there. Adam Bell too is trying to fight his way back against Steven Liston now. And Charles, another in the Love car. Michael Johnson now about to get involved in this title fight here. There's so much tight racing all over the track. Almost 15 minutes in already. And Michael just not able to close. Glenn trying to take to the inside of Kent Kruger there. He's going to get that one done. Now it's Richard Swindells ahead of him. He's up to 14th. Craig is up to 10th already in the top 10. Very impressive from Craig. He's going to get another one there. Oh no, that is a lap car next to him. I imagine so. Yes, that is Mr. Coffey. Sorry, Chris, I have not learned everybody's names yet. And that is what has happened to our race leader, Nicholas Love. He had a little off track, and then now Michael Johnson takes the lead as the battle resumes up there. Let's take a quick peek at what happened. Oh, he got a little Love tap there. And coming back on the track in third, they did have that lovely 9-second gap, but now he's got a whopping 4 seconds to make up if he wants to rejoin this battle. Michael Johnson finding a second on Jacob this lap. I don't think it was hard enough to really do any real damage to either car. Dustin Burkhalter in the crazy colors there. His picture is less great. I less love this picture. Oh, he's coming banging door to door with Kenny there. Sorry, that was Pedro Castellanos. I have no idea what the graphic on the side of this thing is. Craig Ream up to 8th at the moment as he passes Bjorn Benches out on the back straight. Oh, Paul almost losing it there, just ahead of Ross Massa Jr. It's a lapped car of Russell Elizondo on the inside of the pit straight there. Michael's trying to muscle him out. Oh, he tries to for the inside there. He does get to the inside, and Charles decides to get out of that move. Tyler Beer Richards. So Nicholas Love back up to second. Excuse me, please ignore Edwin Martinez at the top. I don't know why it continues to do that for me. Michael Johnson finds himself up top. That's Nicholas Love in second position. And Jacob Hiller with some issues. I looked to see if there was a time when he went off track, but he finds himself in fifth after battling for the lead. He does have quite a bit of damage, so I wonder if that's playing into it. And we're halfway done with the race, and so he's got to do that for 20 minutes there. It's a great little midfield battle going on here. Oh, and that's Ross Moss Jr. into the dirt. Mr. Kim certainly making his way back through the field as well. That'll put him up to 8th. Greg currently sitting in 6th himself. You see his Paul Simmons Ochoa ahead. He's only about 15 seconds off the lead or something like that. It's pretty impressive. This guy's still able to put in some decent lap times. That's Adam Baltutis to the inside of Peter Monin. We've seen him lining that one up for some time. Peter's going to fight back on the inside of turn 2 here. And we were expecting a few more crashes and spins around this track because it is so technical. It's got a great flow to it, so you can't get in a rhythm and get in the flow, but you never want to trust it, really. It can punish you. They're so fast around here. Don't want to get any of these turns wrong. That's Adam Baltutis losing one to Michael Bond. Somewhere on that lap, he's about to lose one to Charles behind him. He's having a couple of connection issues this evening. Here he is. He's back with us. Adam's on the inside. He's been left for dead. He has no idea where Charles is as he's blinking in there. Maybe he does, and it's just me who can't see him, but very scary braking zone for that to be happening in. This is one of our old runners, Terry Swan here, down in 23rd. hunting down Chase Gurr ahead of him, and then that's Douglas Doucette and Vincent Wood for 20th, just ahead of them. Vincent getting a little wide back there, not for the first time this evening. Michael getting a little hurry up there. Joseph Mayer in 4th place. Currently, sorry, that's the same paint job, and I was freaking out there as to why Craig Ream wasn't in front. There is Craig Ream up to 5th after he gets past Paul. That's Joseph Mayer on Christopher Owens there, who is in 3rd place. He finds himself all the way up there as Jacob Miller comes back onto the track in 19th. And 2 seconds back is Craig Ream. Nicholas Love 11 seconds up the road, so 2nd place is pretty much out of the picture. And then Michael Johnson 2.5 down the road, so you know, still in eyesight of Nicholas Love for that win. Any mistake, and that's plenty of time. There's an all admin race going on here. Come on, Bjorn, be brave. Ooh, so there's some action going on behind these guys. They decided to visit the fence. See what the sod's like. Ken Kruger up to 9th in this race, doing quite well. It puts him up 8 positions from the start of the race. It's pretty handy. It says 10, but again, the top 2 did not. Oh no, they've already made their way past it. So no. That is 10 positions made up, because they're already above 9th. Peter Monin comes back on the track here. Michael Bond behind him. And Charles also involved in that accident. They packed in there in the midfield. Everybody needs to focus on their exit. Jacob Hiller's in there as well. He's in 18th position. This is the line coming down the back straight here. Jacob almost getting pushed off there. Don't blink, Charles. We need that draft. I wonder if the draft disappears too when that happens. Oh man. And that's Ross Massa Jr. is the meat in this sandwich. About to lose out another position to Jacob Hiller there, and he is pushed off the track, not for the first time this evening. Oh, and Jacob managing to hold onto it as he comes back, and Ross is caught up in the fencing, has to go to the pit lane. Up top, it's Michael Johnson still. Steven Liston benefiting from all of that chaos, now fighting Peter ahead of him. Charles has made his way down the road after just keeping his foot in. Oh, Andrew Rasmussen. Hello. Not seen him nearly all race, probably because I have not gone to him. Minor detail. Who's race director around here anyways? And an interesting race for these guys running back here. We're 10 minutes to go at the moment, lap 14. Because most of their immediate competitors are not right around them, and it's just a matter of staying out of the way of any lapping traffic out there. It's Terry Swan hunting down Douglas Doucette. Greg Ream up to 4th place. Now on the heels of Joseph Mayer for a podium position. Christopher Owens now down to 5th. Adam Baltut is trying to take to the inside of Richard Swindells and outbreak him into this one. He will do it. Peter Monen's going to try to do the same thing. Stephen Liston decides to let him go. Joseph Mayer just barely holding on to a trophy spot. Oh, and that's Craig to the inside. Gives him a little push and he says, you go ahead, I'm going to do it the right way. Although, I mean, it's coming. He came from the back of the grid. No one would blame him if he just went for it either. And was just like, yeah. Just let me by. Tell you what, there haven't been many crashes to report going on here. Here's David Fendick, who I believe is the car on the left there. Ross Monster Jr. getting by, trying to hunt down Andrew Dirks ahead of him. Ken Kruger always in this this tight battle here. Currently holding on to 10th position. Craig still not able to make 3rd place happen. So maybe he'll try the same move here as he's got some traffic coming out of the pits. Much tighter line through T1. And Craig Remus made that one stick. He is up to 3rd. And 6 minutes to go. I think 11.5 ahead might be a little bit too much for him to achieve, but he should be happy having only dropped 1 position this race. It's very impressive. I'm sure it was a lot more interesting for him than some of his races where he spends the entire time with hardly anybody even in his rearview mirror. It's Adam Baltudis. Could have just pushed Kent Kruger right along. Oh, sorry, that's Bjorn Benches to his left. Hardly anything between them down the straights. Adam's just going to steam around the inside. He's got that place done. It's Kent Kruger ahead now, and Mason Smotherman ahead of him for 8th place. Juarez pulling to the inside, obviously outside of brace car there. But Bryce is going to hold on for this lap. Adam Baltudis already ahead of Kent Kruger and Mason Smotherman. Makes it look easy there on the straights, and then into T1 here, just real late on the brakes. Nothing Mason could do about it. Just the bravest of the bunch. Andrew Dirks going wheel to wheel with Ross here. Back up top, Michael has actually been losing some time, allowing Nicholas to close. We're about 3 minutes away from finishing this race, and it's half a second up top for the lead. And how glorious it would be if these two had it coming together in the final laps here and brought Craig Ream into play for the race win. As you can just see him coming down the hill there. Well, he's actually dropping off of the leaders, believe it or not. Joseph trying to outbrake Craig for that podium position. Craig seemingly desperate for some speed out there at the moment. And they're almost going 3 wide down the pit straight here. And oh, it was gonna get a little messy into turn 1. And everybody just holds it together. But Bjorn comes out on top of that move. Well done, Bjorn. He's still, Kent Kruger still got his nose in there to the inside. If he can just hold it through the next 2 corners, Kent's back in front. And Mason almost follows him through. Mason is now a nose ahead of Bjorn. And side by side they go. It's very respectful racing with Richard Swindell pulling up the rear. And Mason makes it through. Such bravery, and that allows Kent Kruger 1.6 to slip down the road. Here is Nicholas for the lead. Much later on the brakes, and he's got it done. Michael Johnson down to 2nd position. And you can see Craig Ream now 12.4 back. He's losing time on the leaders. And Nicholas doing really well to charge back and get back up there. Nicholas going very defensive on the inside there. Michael knew that. He was going to try to be very aggressive on the outside. We're in the final minute, and we are almost out of race time. We are out of race time. Look at that. This is the final battle for the lead in the final lap. There's also a nice little battle going on between Christopher Owens and Joseph Mayer, currently in 4th position. Craig Ream looks to have solidified his 3rd place spot. Michael Johnson can't be thinking about it through the S's here. This will not be his moment. Coming around Oak Tree for the final time. Nicholas takes a little bit of dirt on his way into the turn in. Michael gets a pretty decent exit. A little slow gear change might slow him up a little bit. He's now starting to gain just slightly on Nicholas ahead. Let's see if he's going to be able to do anything with it. Nicholas trying to break that toe. He gets to the inside. Here they go. Michael Johnson storming around the outside. Nicholas is going to have to be very brave on the brakes here. He is, and he's going to retain that position. He flies off the track. Michael should have this position back, and Nicholas just can't hold on to it. It's Christopher Owens and Joseph Mayer ahead, and Gun Kim being brought into this fight at the very last second. That's your pole sitter, Gun Kim, currently in 6th, fighting for 4th position. And it looks like he's probably going to have to settle for 6th this evening, but a great race from him to bring that one home. That's Michael Johnson winning the race at the very last lap down the straight. Nicholas Love coming in 2nd, and Craig Ream, congratulations, coming home in 3rd with an awesome performance starting from the pit lane. Joseph Mayer is followed by Christopher Owens, and then Gun Kim, your pole sitter, able to bring it back for that. Well done, all the racers out there. We have such an awesome large grid at the moment. We're going to allow everybody to bring it home and run down our race results. Kent Kruger finishes just ahead of Mason Smotherman here by just 27 1,000ths. And Joseph Mayer not minding taking over that 3rd podium position there. No second invitation necessary as Nicholas Love exits the lobby. For all of our new members, at the end of the race, we generally like to meet up. The winner will pick a location to do our podium shots. Also, new racers, don't hit the idiots taking their podium shots on the roadway, because they like to look nice and not have any dents in their car. Like, who is that? Might be Steven listed there. Yeah, he's having some fun already. That is not a picture-worthy mobile. Let's get those race results up, and they are small as well. All right, we're obviously updating certain things every week here on Backseat Broadcasting, so bear with our technical difficulties. That's Michael Johnson winning that race, followed by Nicholas Love and Craig Ream wrapping out the podium positions, followed by Joseph Mayer, Christopher Owen, and Gun Kim. Good job in 6th there. That's Paul Simmons Ochoa in 7th, followed by Adam Baltutis, Kent Kruger, and Mason Smotherman rounds out the top 10. Bjorn Benches is followed by Richard Swindells and Charles Kowal Schick. We're going with that. Schick. Stephen Liston is followed by Vincent Wood, Douglas Doucette, and Chase Gore. Jacob Hiller is knocked down to 18th in this race. Next page. Next page. Next page. Next page. Okay. Okay. Ha! Let's see, where were we? That is Juarez Pastore, followed by Mark Bray, rounding out the top 20. Bryce Carter, Dustin Burkhalter, Jason Meinhardt, Peter Monin, Terry Swan, Kenny Teal, and Ross Massa Jr. in 27th, followed by Andrew Dirks, Edwin Martinez, and David Fendek wrapping out the top 30 drivers. Then we have Pedro Castellanos, John D. Miller, Andrew Rasmussen, Michael Bond, Chris Coffey, Douglas Emery, Tyler Pierre Richards, and Russell Elizondo. And it looks like we show our point standings. Is that a thing? Oh, it did not seem to. Dang, this was going to be our first race where people were out of the points based on position. I think 31st or 32nd position is the last point scoring position, and I thought I had set it up correctly. But that is it for our programming here this evening. Thanks everyone for joining us here. We had a nice big grid out there today. Lots of fun. Glad to have everybody join us. As always, never subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button and click the bell an even number of times. Please join us on Tuesday for the GTE GT4 race. It's one of my favorites. This should be a killer track for it. You should see lots of overtaking, and it should be nice with the mixed class racing as well. Thank you for joining us here on Backseat Broadcasting. We'll see you on Tuesday. Good night.